School is back, and boy, don't I know it. In their literal thousands, pupils at my local high school are taking to the pavements. What were once quiet streets are now heaving with teenagers. And if I'm honest, I hate it. Especially at 8 o'clock in the morning when 6 of them walking abreast, taking up the entire pavement, apparently unaware that other human beings might wish to go in the opposite direction. And as I'm forced into the road for the third time, some fairly uncharitable thoughts begin to form in my mind. Move. Just move. Get out of the way. Have none of you been taught how pavements work? And occasionally, the thoughts become rather worse than that. There are moments when, if you could hear what's going on inside of my head, you might wonder whether I should be a priest. I'm not proud of it. I'm just being honest. In today's gospel, a not too dissimilar scene unfolds. Jesus and his disciples went away to the district of Tyre and Sidon, and there they are harassed. A woman comes after them shouting, and she won't relent. It must have felt as though they were being pursued. And the disciples have had enough. Ignoring her didn't work. So exasperated, they say to their leader, "Send her away." And then Jesus says it. It is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. It's hard to hear that as anything other than offensive. We don't know why he says it. Perhaps he's fed up. Or perhaps he's deliberately giving voice to the assumption hanging over this whole encounter. Perhaps something else is going on entirely. The text doesn't say. But something ugly has been brought into the open. Something that might otherwise have remained unspoken is suddenly there where it must be answered. Perhaps that's one of the things this gospel story does. It lets us hear what something frightful and disturbing sounds like when it's said out loud. And hear how utterly at odds it is with how we might otherwise wish to be. 2 days ago, it was reported that Jason Arday, a former University of Cambridge professor at the center of the plagiarism row, was found dead. In the weeks before his death, allegations had widened to questions about his academic record and aspects of his public biography. Yesterday, I read these comments written on a colleague's social media post about the news of his death. I warn you, they're not easy to hear. His own shame of being a fraud made him kill himself. R.I.P. to the Milli Vanilli of academia. Author of his own misfortune, no one else is to blame. This is in response to the death of a human being. Hear it said out loud. And ask yourself what these words reveal. Something of what lies inside the human heart, maybe even inside our own. I wonder what acknowledging them will do. Perhaps naming a feeling, even if it's ugly, can open a doorway. The start of healing. A moment for a change of heart. A place for kindness and generosity to step in. It certainly seems to have been the case in this gospel scene. Had something ugly not been brought out into the open, something beautiful might not have been revealed. Maybe examining what our own hearts are saying will do the same for us.